And in this same way, well, we won't get that in a second. So, to the one who doesn't work, but believes and completely trusts in God, who justifies the ungodly, to that man, his faith is credited as righteousness. And this is a tough one for us to get over from our human nature standpoint, because oftentimes when we sin, we feel like we're no longer acceptable to God. That when we fall short in our attitudes, in our actions, in our words, that we feel that in some way we've stiff-armed God, stiff-armed the Holy Spirit, and we're not acceptable to him. In other words, he probably doesn't want to see me now. We feel like Adam, right, in the garden, where we kind of go and hide ourselves from the only one who can actually redeem us and who loves us enough to redeem us. And this human nature we got from Adam, right? So our father Adam, when he sinned, when he transgressed, his thought was that I need to hide from God. He would not be interested in me now. He would not want to hear from me now. But the man who's justified by faith, even in the face of his own sins, can rejoice knowing that he has an advocate with the Father, Jesus Christ the righteous, who intercedes for him before the Father. And he knows that in the face of a transgression or some failure in his life, that his redemption is as near to him as the quickness with which he can turn his face to God and confess his sin and let the Lord forgive him of his sin and cleanse him from all unrighteousness. And so this is an amazing development. And so in this same way, what I just described to you, in this same way, David speaks of the blessing on the one to whom God credits righteousness apart from works. And this is what David said in the Psalms. Blessed and happy and favored are those whose lawless acts have been forgiven, and those whose sins have been covered up and completely buried. Blessed and happy and favored is the man whose sin the Lord